Now, in case you've ever wondered how much money you should have, and by have I mean saved up and invested without the intention to spend it, I want to show you 3 different methods on how you can find out. Because I don't know about you, but in the past, it was difficult for me to talk about money with people, with friends, also with colleagues, especially when it gets specific as for net worth or money management tips. And in that regard, for me, it felt like I was being in the dark. Now, I'm not going to share specific numbers, like at age 30 you should have invested $500,000, although that would be nice, would it? But rather I want to give you the tools on how to figure out where you stand by yourself. That's why in this video we will talk about the 3 different methods to find out how much money you should have saved and invested so that you can check where you stand. If we haven't met, I'm Sophia. I've been learning about personal finance and investing for more than a decade now. I love to talk about money and I'm always looking for ways on how we can build wealth, extraordinary wealth, without living frugal. And let's start with one that you maybe already heard of, and that is national net worth statistics. So usually each year or every few years, financial institutions from your country publish reports about the average net worth of the society sorted by age. If you want to find them, you can either look for YouTube videos, or even better, you type into Google average net worth per age and then insert your country. And then look for either the summary or the original report. And then you will find graphs like this. So here it shows the average as well as the median. Now the average is all net worths counted together and then divided by the number of people or of the population of that age group. This number is higher because people with an ultra high net worth, like the upper 1%, they drag the average up. And the median is the exact net worth of the people in the middle. So 50% of people have more than that number of the median, and the other 50% have less than the number of the median. And this can give you a reference on where you stand compared to the rest of society. So depending on where you live, the US, the UK, Germany, and then you can compare your own net worth to that. Now, what I like even more than just the average and the median is when they show percentiles. The graph then looks like this. And when you have percentiles, this gives you more reference points. So you again have the average and you also have the median, which is the 50th percentile. But then you also have, for example, the 25th percentile, which basically means that 75% of people in that age group have more, so a higher net worth, and 25% of people have less than that number. Or if you take the 75th percentile, then 25% of people have more, have a higher net worth than that number, and 75% have less than that number. And then obviously the higher the percentile you are in, the better you stand financially. And this can even serve you as a financial goal. For example, I want to get into the 90th percentile of my age group. And then you look at how much it is and you can start working towards that amount. Now, the second method I want to show you is a formula from a book. The book is The Millionaire Next Door. And in the context of their studies of millionaires, they developed a formula. And what I love about this formula is it takes into account your actual income. Because with the first method, the national net worth statistics, we are comparing ourselves to our age group. But that obviously includes all types of incomes and also all types of professions. And I think to tie it to your own income is a little bit more accurate and also individual. So here's the formula. The expected net worth. So the expected net worth is basically your should. So the expected net worth is your age times your pre-tax annual income, and that together divided by 10. And then what you do, you compare your actual net worth to your expected net worth. And then with that formula come 3 different types or categories. And that is the average accumulator of wealth. That is when your actual net worth is roughly the same as your expected net worth. Then the prodigious accumulator of wealth, which is when your actual net worth is 2 times or higher than your expected net worth, and an under-accumulator of wealth, which is when your net worth is less than half of your expected net worth. And this can exactly be the moment where you notice, oh wow, I have been doing a good job with my money because I'm a PAW, a prodigious accumulator of wealth. Or the opposite version where you realize, oh, I actually should have more money than I have compared to my income. Now, as you might have noticed, for both methods we talked about, you need to actually calculate your own net worth to be able to compare yours either to your age group or to your own income or expected net worth. Now, if you haven't done this before, your net worth is all that you own, your assets, minus all that you owe, your liabilities. To calculate this, I have used an Excel sheet for the past years for myself, where you just type in the numbers and then it automatically calculates everything together. If you want, you can use it as well. There's a link down below. Now, for the first two methods, we talked about a capture of the moment, if you will. So you take your net worth now and you compare it to either your age group now, this year, or the last year. Or you compare it to your own expected net worth that is tied to your income at this moment. Now, a slightly different approach would be to reverse engineer from a financial goal you have. And that's why, as the third method, I want to introduce the rule of 25. Now, the rule of 25 is also called the financial independence number. So if your goal is to become financially independent, which means that your income that you have from your investments completely covers your living expenses, then you are financially independent. And to calculate that, you take the number of your living expenses, of your annual living expenses. Let's say, for example, it's $40,000 per year. And then the rule of 25 simply means to multiply that number times 25. So in this case, our $40,000 living expenses per year times 25 is 1 million. So your financial independence number is $1 million. And then you take your current net worth and you see how far you're from that number. And this working your way backwards works for the other methods as well. If with any of those numbers you find yourself too far away from your desired net worth, may this be a percentile from the first method, or the PAW status, the prodigious accumulator of wealth, from the second method, or now this rule of 25, you can take those numbers as your goal, those numbers of your desired net worth, and then you find steps in the here and now to move towards that goal. And that is what I mean by reverse engineer. So you start with the end in mind, the end being reaching those numbers, and then you make a plan in the now to get there. Now, one option would be to actively prevent lifestyle inflation, because that is usually one reason that holds us back from building wealth. It's when we increase our expenses with our income. If you want to learn how to best prevent lifestyle inflation, then you can check out this video next. Thank you for watching. I hope you got some value out of this, and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.